This is Larry Bonerato from LarryOnLearning.com, and this is your Morning Minute. Do you know your numbers? If you watch Shark Tank, you know the potential investors always ask about the numbers from business people or investors requiring an investment. These numbers range from sales, expenses, net profit, to customers' acquisition cost and production expenses. Knowing your numbers is essential to profitably managing a business or organization. So let's begin by examining those basic numbers. Then we'll look at some numbers that you may be unaware of. First, our examination of sales must be segmented into some broad areas. What are your total sales? Break these down by location or product or time period, even by salesperson or employee. For example, let's assume total sales for a particular period are $500,000. You have two locations. Location A produces $210,000 and location B is at $290,000. It may appear that B is doing a better job. However, you find that location A only has 4 employees, while location B has 10 employees. Thus, location A, $210,000 in sales with 4 employees, that's $5,250 per employee. In location B, $290,000 in sales with 10 employees, that's only $2,900 per employee. By segmenting sales by location and employee, we now have data that you can use to better manage our teams. We can break these down even further by what products are being sold and by which salesperson. This is a very basic example of how to analyze your sales. Then, knowing what expenses to measure will vary based on your industry. For instance, most restaurants use broad expense categories such as food, labor, and fixed expenses like rent, insurance, and utilities. Auto dealers measure expenses broken down into both variable or fixed. Variable expenses are anything required to sell vehicles. Fixed expenses are anything else. Your trade association can guide you in what expenses to measure. Plus, they can provide you with best practices to help you capture more income and control your expenses. Now, today I want to share 2 numbers with you that are critical to any organization: customer acquisition cost and employee productivity. Let's examine each carefully. First, customer acquisition cost. That number is the investment required to sell one customer. For instance, you sell 1,000 different customers, an average of $250 each. That's $250,000 in sales. And you invest $10,000 in marketing through all media for that same period to sell those 1,000 customers. Thus, you spent $10,000 to sell 1,000 customers, so your customer acquisition cost is $10. Very important. Second, your employee productivity. That number is your sales divided by your total number of employees. Assume again that $250,000 in sales. You have 10 salespeople, 4 support people, and 1 manager. That's 15. And that is the number of employees you require to sell $250,000 in product. So, $250,000 in sales divided by 15 employees is $16,667 per employee, and that is your employee productivity. By measuring both customer acquisition cost and your employee productivity, you can make necessary adjustments to both your marketing expense and your labor expense to maximize both sales and profit. To discover how we can help you manage your organization by the numbers, schedule a discovery call at lab@larryonlearning.com or via phone at 864-630-2625. So I ask again, do you know your numbers? And that is today's Morning Minute.